But nowadays, it is internalized colorism. And I'm about to explain it to you right now, girl. I'm about to break it down and I'm about to tell you why it is indeed internalized colorism within our own black community. It's Fake Venus. Once again, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on all post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the whole dark skin versus light skin situation when it pertains to colorism. And as someone that is light skinned, I can honestly say, girl, I have been called the N-word, hard R, so many times I have lost count. At my job, you know, in restaurants, out in public, girl, and I can even remember since I was a child, ever since elementary, I was bullied for being light-skinned. People would joke around and say, oh, you're yellow, oh, you're highlighter yellow, your legs look like Casper. And girl, even my own brothers that are darker than me, they would joke around and say, you were adopted. So girl, I literally was bullied since childhood for being light-skinned. So this is why I believe that it doesn't matter if you are darker complexion or lighter complexion, you're still going to experience discrimination, even if you're mixed, girl. Okay, now, so girl, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I grew up in the ghetto. Like, I remember me and my brothers would have to lay on the ground, you know, away from the windows when we would hear gunshots. That's how ghetto it was. And it was a ghetto neighborhood, predominantly 90% blacks, and 10% Hispanics, right? So, and now that I think about it, I was like the only light-skinned kid on the whole entire block. And I will say that colorism does come from slavery, because at one point in time, light skins were treated better than dark skins. So let's say if this was modern day slavery, I most likely would be in the master's house, you know, serving him food or something, while the dark skins would be out in the field picking cotton, right? So that's where it stems from. It stems from slavery. But nowadays, it is internalized colorism. And I'm about to explain it to you right now, girl. I'm about to break it down and I'm about to tell you why it is indeed internalized colorism within our own black community. Okay. A lot of black men prefer light-skinned women, right? And they'll say, oh, because they're more prettier, they're more softer, they're more feminine, they're more submissive, right? Now, and then they'll say, that's colorism, right? But when you ask black women, ask them the same question, a majority of them will say something very similar. If you ask them, do you prefer a light-skinned male or a dark-skinned male? They will say, and this is a big majority of them, they will say, I prefer a dark-skinned male. And you ask why? They will say, oh, because the light-skinned male is seen as a pretty boy, more submissive, feminine, softer, and sometimes G-A-Y.
Yeah. Yeah, chocolate. So like chocolate, not no light skin, none of that.
Why is that? Why y'all like dark skin guys? Why is that?
I mean, I like light skin. I do not like light skin. They are too feminine for me.
Oh!
Dark skin, I prefer dark skin only.
Light skin niggas is bitches, period. Sorry. It's like dark skin men, they're men. Dark skin men, light skin boys, that's it.
And I know a lot of people are not going to want to hear the truth, because a lot of people do not want to be held accountable, right? So, when you really analyze this and think about this, even the women themselves see lighter complexion as more pretty, because they call them pretty boys, as more feminine, as more submissive, as more delicate. They even call them G-A-Y, right? Which would be seen as something more feminine, right? So even the women have internalized colorism. So this isn't necessarily a white people thing or Hispanic people thing or Asian people thing, because you do not see that in those communities. You don't see Asians, you know, like, oh, these are the darker Asians going after the lighter Asians, or the darker Hispanics going at, like, you don't see that stuff. You only see that within our black community. So, like I said, it stems from slavery, but that is internalized. That is internalized colorism, because you yourself, when you say that light skin is prettier, submissive, more feminine, more delicate, right? You yourself see yourself, if you're darker complexion, as more masculine, as more rough around the edges, not as attractive, as more dominant, as more aggressive. So that is internalized colorism, right? And like I said, I only speak the truth in my videos, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. Like I said, they don't want to be held accountable, so that isn't an outside issue. That's an issue within our black community that us as black people need to work on. Like, the whole thing is stupid, to be honest. And another thing, as someone light-skinned, we always have to tiptoe, we have to walk on eggshells. And I'm gonna keep it real, because people could say, oh, my melanated queen, right? With chocolate emojis everywhere. Oh, you know, I love me some chocolate, I love my chocolate skin, right? The moment somebody light-skinned says, oh, I love my golden skin, I love my caramel skin, right? And uplift ourselves, we get called a colorist. Make it make sense. So what I realize is a lot of darker complexion people see it as a put down when we uplift ourselves. So how does us uplifting ourselves bring you down when we're not bringing you down? Recently, I was saying that I'm confident within myself and I love my skin that I'm in. I love my light skin. I love my, you know, beautiful caramel skin, my honey skin, right? Girl, people started calling me colorist. They started calling me a colorist. So like I said, that is internalized colorism within our own community, and we need to work on it. So, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, future content, and until next time, guys. Bye.